Grady got picked up and was driving. It had only been a few months in the NBA, and many people had already given up on him, calling him a failure. But somehow, this college basketball wonder kid, Gradey Dick, has managed to turn his rookie year around. From the terrible beginning at the start of his season, since he made it back to the NBA from the G League, Gradey Dick has made it his job to prove the doubters wrong. Kelly made a great basket cut, but what caused this sudden change in the young Raptors' career? As we will see in this video, it's all because of hard work, a few lucky injuries, and a secret special training routine. Gradey Dick's basketball journey started at his high school in Wichita, Kansas, where he made the state playoffs while scoring around 20 points per game. In 2021, Dick joined the Kansas Jayhawks, where he scored 14 points, got 5 rebounds, and made 2 assists per game in his first year. He was named to the second team All-Big 12, as well as the all-newcomer and all-freshman teams. 2 years later, Dick was ready for the NBA draft, where he would come out as the number 13 overall pick in 2023 on his way to the Toronto Raptors. Before entering the NBA, Gradey Dick's reputation was built on being an amazing shooter, which is exactly how he made his name in college. Into the half-corner three, Gradey Dick got it, becoming one of the best shooters in college basketball. He had a blazing hot 40% three-point shooting percentage on a good number of tries, showing his consistency and ability to hit shots from way out there. Dick could shoot from anywhere. He impressed scouts with his shooting ability in different situations, catch-and-shoot situations where he could knock down open threes off screens. And he just went with the flow of the off-the offense. Kevin said his shooting wasn't just from standing still positions, though. Off the dribble, he showed a smooth shooting style that let him create his own shot and pull up from mid-range. Because of his skills, many analysts and scouts thought Dick would be an immediate help for any NBA team because of his shooting ability. His NBA-ready size at 6 feet 8 inches added to the excitement, suggesting he wouldn't struggle to get used to how physical the league is. However, reality was quite different, and Gradey's rookie season wasn't the smoothest ride. Struggling to find his rhythm, Dick's famous shooting wasn't working right away. The NBA's faster pace and slightly longer three-point line threw him off balance. He averaged a measly 3 points per game with a low shooting percentage. He sent it back over to Malachi in play opening night. As Dick would say in an interview, "The biggest change is obviously just the distance. When you first start shooting from a different distance, it'll take a little bit to get used to." Barnes sent it to Dick in the corner. With his struggles, Dick bounced in and out of the Raptors rotation. This lack of steady playing time made it hard for him to find a rhythm and build confidence. Even worse, growing pressure from the press began to get to him, as many observers wrote that Dick was a bust. However, recognizing Dick's potential but needing him to find his groove, the Raptors made a smart move. They sent him to the Raptors 905, the G League affiliate team. The G League assignment wasn't really a demotion, but a calculated step to help him develop and ultimately help the Raptors more in the future. It was an attempt to help him recover from his weak start, and guess what? It worked. The G League gave Dick a platform to get more playing time and work on his game and build his confidence without the intense spotlight of the NBA. He could adjust to the physicality and pace of the professional game without the pressure of winning every game for the Raptors. While many were left disappointed with Gradey's first showings, his coach Darko Rajakovic had other ideas. He realized that Gradey was a diamond in the rough and just needed a bit of polishing to shine. "He's the future of this organization," the experienced Serbian coach said, "but he needs to check a couple of points before we really unleash him on the court." In his 4 games in the G League with the Raptors 905, Gradey averaged 16 points per game, shooting 44% from the field. Although these numbers are by no means jaw-dropping, the Toronto Raptor coaches were convinced enough in his all-around play to bring him back into the main squad. And this time it was going to be different because his head coach had a secret training plan prepared for the talented youngster. For 2 weeks, Gradey was to take a break from the game to build up his physical form. He was to put less focus, time, and energy on the basketball side of, well, basketball. Rather, he focused on adding size and muscle in order to feel more comfortable and confident playing at the highest level. Now, 2 weeks isn't the longest period of time to bulk up, but with access to top nutritionists, facilities, and trainers, you'd be surprised how much progress was made. The Raptor coaches had identified the major gap in Gradey's armor. Although he measures an impressive 6'8", Gradey had struggled to keep up with the physicality of NBA defenders. Without the strength to absorb contact or overpower defenders, Dick struggled to finish shots around the rim or drive to the basket effectively. Moreover, increased strength can help Dick be more physical on defense, stopping drives and making it harder for opponents to get good shots off. Coach Rajkovic may have made a gamble in bringing Gradey back to the NBA. But did he lose the gamble? Definitely not. Full of confidence from his time in the G League and bursting with strength from his special training, Gradey Dick is playing like a totally different person. Malachian play opening night, as at the end of February he was averaging a 47% three-point shooting average, showing that he might just have rediscovered his shooting prowess, but his contribution goes beyond shooting. He is also showing clever moves off the ball, confusing defenders. In his February game against the Pacers, for example, he scored 18 points with a variety of shots, including three-pointers, a backdoor cut, and even an alley-oop. Not to mention his recent game against Denver, where he dropped 17 points on 7 for 12 shooting, along with 7 assists at the college level. Gradey Dick's shooting skills were often compared to that of snipers like Klay Thompson. And now that he is finally bringing his long-range bombs to the NBA, his game can help his teammates at the Toronto Raptors in a few ways, particularly Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickley. For one, by drawing defenders away with his shooting threat, Dick creates more space on the court for Barnes and Quickley to operate. This makes it harder for defenders to clog driving lanes and contest their shots. When defenders are hesitant to leave Dick open, it opens up driving lanes for himself, but more importantly, it opens up more driving lanes for his teammates as the defense hesitates to hop off Dick. This allows them to attack the basket with more ease and create scoring opportunities for themselves or for open teammates. Also, Dick can be a dangerous weapon in pick-and-pop situations. As either Barnes or Quickley handles and drives with the ball, Dick can pop out to the perimeter, forcing the defender to choose between staying with their man or contesting the three-point shot. This can create mismatches and scoring opportunities for whoever has the ball or for Dick in an open shooting situation. With more space created by Gradey, Barnes uses his athleticism and size to attack the basket more effectively or draw the defense and swing the rock for an easy assist. Going forward, Gradey Dick looks set to play an increasingly important role for the team. With his rediscovered shooting form, defenders are likely to focus on Dick, opening up driving lanes and freeing up teammates for easier scoring opportunities. This adds a new level of unpredictability to the Raptor game, and with his scoring form continuing to improve, so does his confidence as long as he keeps improving. His secret training might have just provided the platform for the young Raptor to succeed. His confidence is not coming from nothing else but extreme hard work, Raptors coach Darko Rajkovic said. This is just the beginning for him. He's going to have good games, he's going to have bad games, but he needs to continue being in those situations to learn and get better and get reps. If you like keeping up with basketball's young stars, then you'll love what we have in store for you. Join us next time as we look at another up-and-coming NBA wonder kid. Get ready